G'day friends, and welcome back to our last share with the Bright and Beautiful DSP for the month of May. It's vickywright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. So during May, Robbie from Creations and Paper and myself have been sharing different ways of using our DSP, Bright and Beautiful, which is one of the DSPs that is on, oh, it's not May, is it? It's June, sorry. One of the DSPs that is on sale for the month of June. So that's it there. Okay, so my card today is going to be very simple and easy. I've just grabbed some scraps of DSP and I've just matched it up with some cardstock. So, and I've just grabbed some Misty Moonlight cardstock as well. Okay, so just bear with me while I sort this out. I want to make sure I'm on screen for you. Okay, so I'm actually going to case a card that I did some time ago that was part of celebration one year. I will post the original one in on my blog post. I don't know, I think it was called Flowing Flowers. I think that's the card the stamps that I used to create the original card. So this is the card that we're going to create today. Okay, so we're going to grab our, I use my Simply Scoring tool, but you can also use your paper trimmer as well. All we're going to do is score a couple of lines down the left hand side. So we'll start probably about 1 3/4, and I'm just going to do them 1/8 inch apart. Now all the measurements, the supply list and step-by-step tutorial, as well as this video link, will be on my blog, and the link will be posted below, and you'll be able to I will also have a link to Robbie's blog as well. Okay, so we've scored that with your Simply Scored tool or your paper trimmer. And then we're just going to flick it over so that the raised, I'm sorry about that shadow, so that the raised edges are facing upwards. Then I've cut some squares of Misty Moonlight. Okay, three squares, and I've got some strips of DSP that I had left over, and I've cut it down one way so that I've got a small edge around the border. Oh well, sorry, a small edge around the border, a small border around the edges, just like that. And then we're going to chop this into 3 pieces. So one, and what was the size of that? These measurements, as I said, will be on my blog. So I'm just going to chop about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the square. The squares, I think, are 1 3/4. just going to chop that much off. And we'll do this one as well. I think I've done that wrong. I have. One 3/4. Okay, let's do this. It won't matter because what I think I'll do, let's keep going, eh? Just put that aside for the moment. So our squares are 1 3/4, and I want to chop this DSP and 1/8 of an inch less, which is 1 5/8. So 1, 2. I've chopped that too small. No, that's too small. So let's see if I've got another piece, eh? Just bear with me. If not, what we can do is, I'm thinking, we can add, excuse me, a gash piece. Oh yeah, I've got a piece. Excuse me. I was going to say we can add a different piece in anyhow, so it's not going to matter. So we'll do 1 5/8 again. One way and I'm going to do 1 1/2 the other way, and the same here. So you know what, let's use this piece all the way. You'll see why one side is a little bit smaller in a minute. So we can do away with all those scraps. So we've got 3 pieces, and one is long, one side's longer than the other. Might be a bit confusing, but you'll see why in a minute. I just want to make sure I'm So what I'm going to do now is randomly chop 1, two. I'm just making sure it goes the right way. Okay. Oops. Oops. 3. I made a big mess of that, but that's all right. We got that in there. So then we're going to bring in our glue. And we're going to stick these pieces onto each square of Misty Moonlight. Now, the card that I've taken this from, I've actually stamped the squares, but this time I thought it might be okay to use the DSP just to give it a different look. Now when you're chopping your DSP, you just got to remember to I'm going to chop a bit of that off from the side. Keep your pattern nice and straight and correct. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I'll chop down that side. It's a little bit wide for me. But if you like your borders a little bit What have I done here? Wider, that's fine. I can't do two things at once. I'm not clever like everyone else. Okay, so that's done like that. Then we'll do this little piece. Whoops, whoops. Now my glue's not coming out. You ever have one of those days? I think this is one of those, oops. Definitely one of those days. So let's take a little bit of that off. And we'll put this piece in here. As I said, I just like to leave a little narrow border, and when I do it, I like to leave just a small border between each piece as well. I think it just looks a little bit better. So that's done. That's two. Then we'll do our third one. I just want to make sure that I've got the pattern correct. This is a good way of using up scraps of your DSP. And if you know me, I like to chop mine in different ways. And that's it. So what we'll do now is grab our paper trimmer again, and all I'm going to do is just chop a fraction. Actually, you know what? I might just grab our scissors, eh? That's better. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's done. Then what we're going to do is grab some dimensionals, our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to pop these squares, well they're probably not squares now, we're going to pop these up on our card. And our last one. Now, if you decide to stamp on it, put it onto a layer of cardstock, just stamp your image at different angles. You'll get a better, you'll get a bit of a wow if you do it that way. So, bring in our piece of basic white, line it up so that it's nice and straight. And we're going to put our first one. I'm just going to sit it there for a minute. I'm not actually going to press down because I want to make sure that it's all fits on for a start, and that I've got all an even distance around all the sides. So this means that can come over a little bit, just like that. Just got to be careful. That can come over just a tiny little bit, and so can, do you know what? Does that look straight? That looks straight. And that looks straight. Still looks a little bit down. I told you it was one of these days, eh? That's better. Might be because it's a little bit shorter, I think. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. And I think what I'll do is I might trim a little bit off the side so that it's nice and even. I just like that to have it nice and even around the sides. That's better. I should have maybe put that in the middle, but that's okay. We'll keep it like that. You've got to remember it's handmade. So then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in lemon lime twist ink pad, and we're going to use Bigger Swish, and we're going to have happy and the birthday. Okay, so we'll do the happy in lemon lime twist. I just always stamp off onto scrap paper first so that I know I've got my image straight. Or if you've got a Stamparatus, you can always use your Stamparatus. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit so it'll be out of eyesight for a little bit. So just bear with me. That's okay. My ink pad's very juicy. I must fix it up actually. And then we're going to use the happy birthday with Misty Moonlight. Okay, whoops. Needs cleaning. Oh, little devil. Not even going to stick. It's one of those days. That's better. So we'll just ink that up. That's it. And what we're going, I'll bring this mat in actually. I should have used it on this one too, but that's okay. So just bear with me while I stamp this. As I said, it will be out of eyesight for a little bit. And there you go there. I don't mind that. That square's doing my heading, but that's okay. I'll just try and ignore it. Then what we're going to do is stick this to a piece of lemon lime twist base card. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to finish it off with a couple of gems, and I think we will use let's use the 3-pack tinsel pack, and we'll use our Misty Moonlight ones, eh? Put one there. Let's move that. I don't stick them down until I'm happy with the placement. One there. Put one there. Once I'm happy with that placement, I then just press down, just gently with my fingers. Okay, and that, I'm actually going to see, no I won't, and that is our card for today. So be sure to pop over, to click on the link below, and to grab your PDF tutorial, which includes the supply list and measurements, and there'll also be a link to Robbie's blog as well, and she'll have a video to her card plus her measurements and supply list that she's used. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your day. See ya. Hooray.